Real football might be over, but the offseason, much like the city of New York, never sleeps. We got coaching changes, free agency, the combine, the draft, and tons more action to cover to get ready for the next NFL season. Who's going to be the next rising star? What new coach is going to have the greatest impact? What free agent is going to take your team from pretender to contender? Let us be the voice of the NFL news. As Coach Mike Dubb, the real AG Alex Givens, young RG Robert Garcia, and yours truly, Coach Defense, break down everything from the NFL offseason right here on the NFL Offseason Blitz. Let's go.
I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. No. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing. I don't speak a lot, and I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. I'm that cash money getter, big show stopper. 4 kids having no chain rocker. Make my business, work my business, count them digits, earn them winnings. I see you in my rear view and you been trying. Said you out here doing numbers but you been lying. And you know my little baby been fine. In the crib, bet she do it for the 9-9. I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. No. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing. I don't speak a lot. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. I don't gotta say too much. My bros know the deal, they think I play too much. Never miss a miss, yeah, I've been scraping up. Like me moving fast, you should pray for us. Just gotta take a while. I don't need designer fits, but I like how designer fit. LV with the problem is, cause it's not a mannequin. You see what I'm standing in, look here where I'm standing with. Cause I'ma be me all day. I'ma be me all day. And you can't get in my way. You can't get in my way. I'ma be me all day. I'ma be me all day. And you can't get in my way. Yeah. I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. No. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing. I don't speak a lot. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. The Lockdown Defense Sports Network.
Yes, indeed. We're rocking with the best. You are rocking with the best. The Lockdown Defense Sports Network presents the Offseason Blitz preseason edition. The last rehearsal for the regular season is going to be live and direct. M&T live and direct into your living room. We are here. We are live and direct. We are here with myself, Coach Defense, as the host. Right on my right side here, the real AG Alex Givens. Below him, the real
young AG. I like that.
Young RG Robert Garcia. Below me, real Air Road Chair DK5, 49ers Insider. We are here. We are back. We in the building. We are good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you out to the venue. We're going to get this thing going. We're going to get this thing popping. We're going to talk about a lot of NFL news. We're going to go around the room real quick. The real AG. Good brother. How you feeling there? What's going on? What's popping?
Man, feeling good, Coach. Ready to do this live show. We all looking fresh, clean. The new LDSN merch backgrounds, ready to chop it up. And finally, get closer to some meaningful football here.
Indeed. Young RG Robert Garcia, good brother. How you feeling out there? What's going on?
Yeah, man, just sharing the same sentiment as Alex, man. We got the fresh new duds looking spiffy. Got the fresh backgrounds out. Yeah, it's some big things are coming, man. We're doing it big and better this season. Football season's right around the corner, like AG mentioned, and it's just nothing but good vibes here.
Yes, indeed. I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely chopping it a bit, man. We are 2 weeks away from the regular season week and a game on Wednesday of all things. So that's going to be a different vibe for sure. Wow. But we're definitely doing that big as well. We're going to have a live show dropping on Tuesday right before the regular season, so stay tuned for that. DK, Air Roger DK5, my good brother. How you feeling today? What's going on? What's popping?
I'm good. Ready to get the season started. Enough of the preseason.
Enough of the preseason? Yeah.
Y'all been having a lot going on this preseason.
Yeah.
That's we have. The Niners have definitely been in the news. That's for sure.
Season started, man.
Dance around that.
Get the preseason over with. Close the substation. Close the substation so we can get things rolling. Get us out of there.
Lock the owners in the room.
You're right.
Whatever. Who they play week 1?
They got the Rams, Australia.
Oh, out the gate.
Well,
That's a W.
It's a dub? You saying the Rams are a dub? It's a dub? What?
Easy,
The Rams are a dub? Oh, no.
Easy dub.
I mean, week 1 is just a hodgepodge of anything happening. So
that's a fact.
Ready?
You know,
you holding receipts?
clip it.
Clip it.
Clip that up.
Please.
Week 1, W, 49ers.
Week 1 dub against the Rams. The Niners, y'all heard it here first. Our 49ers insider is calling his shot. He
Yep.
pointed to the rafters. He said the Niners will beat the Rams week 1. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. So yes, indeed, we throwing gunshots already. We can go.
Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Love it.
Yes, indeed. All right. So let's get into the proceedings this evening. We are talking a lot of NFL news here. We got headlines, we got predictions, we got it all for you. They're gearing you up for the preseason to end and the regular season to begin. So, gentlemen, let's get right into it. Let's talk about some collapsing teams. So teams on the brink, on the bubble already, and we haven't even gotten into the idea of the regular season yet. So these particular teams we're going to discuss are pretty much, planning for 2027 and our benefit and our purview. So we saw Deshaun Watson get chosen as the starter for the Browns. I mean, I think we all knew that all the money they're paying, they got to get something out of the deal, right? I mean, damn. I mean, you get $230 million and I haven't really seen any meaningful downs from you, sir. You got to play at some point. So I guess that was a money play. And Geno Smith is with the Jets. Kirk Cousins with the Falcons. Look like Tua's the lead dog with Falcons. Kirk Cousins with the Raiders. Jacoby Brissett with the Cardinals. A few others. Malik Willis with the Dolphins. So gentlemen, let's talk about some teams here. I'm gonna go down the list here, and you guys tell me, is it doom and gloom? Are these teams preparing for the worst, and what's the likelihood of them having a number 1 overall pick in 2027? So the real AG Alex Givens, let's talk about the Jets first. Geno Smith and the Jets. Let's talk about them first, and tell me exactly what do you think about them, and is it doom and gloom? Are they already preparing to pick top 5, top 2, top, whatever in 2027? What's the lowdown?
Yeah, they are, if not the bona fide team, certainly on the cusp of already being locked into the number 1 pick. So, I don't think Geno Smith is going to move the needle one way or another on where they're at. They're all about building their team out right now to be in the position to take their franchise QB of the future when that moment arrives, and that's going to be in 2027. So, will I think Geno Smith be terrible? No, but I don't think he's going to do anything to make them really all that much better than they've been.
Okay. So if you had to give a bold prediction, how many games do you think these guys win in 2026?
I'll give them 4.
4. Okay. I asked that question in jest because I'm going to come back to that, and we're going to basically judge based upon your predictions exactly who's going to finish dead last and be the first one to pick in the 2027 draft. So keep that under your hat. I'm going to roll over to young RG now and then get his take on the Browns, the Cleveland Browns. What do you think about the Browns' chances of competing in 2026, or are they just mailing it in for a soft tank in 2026?
Yeah, this is about as soft tank as you can get, in my opinion, because the Browns have a serviceable defense, and I'll probably even go a little bit further to say they have a good defense. Mm-hmm. And I think with actual quarterback play, that team could, make some noise. Okay. However, the fact of the matter is their quarterback situation is probably the worst in the league, maybe second worst.
Damn.
Damn, really?
I think maybe the only other team that could compare or that could say they have a worse one is Miami.
Well, maybe Atlanta, dude. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we're picking, out of the worst here. I mean, it's all bad.
It's all bad. Yeah,
it's all bad.
What's
So
the most ass?
From a talent perspective, I think the Browns have the most talent.
Yeah,
they don't
don't show up on the field. Ever.
that part. But I mean,
So,
you look at rooms with Geno Smith, and who's the backup with the Jets?
Who is the best? I think it's. Hold on, I think it's the dude from Mizzou. What's his name? Cook?
Isn't it Abe Klubnik or something like that?
Oh, Klubnik. Well, yeah, they might have 3 though.
And Brady Cook, is that who you're thinking of?
Yeah, I mean,
Bailey Zappi's also on the roster. Is that?
Oh damn, somebody's not making it, but still, that's just a big pile of ass.
Hot steaming ass.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of unadulterated
Klubnik,
ass.
Brady Cook. Yeah, so it is Klubnik.
Yeah, Klubnik.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, I think that might be, but because I would argue that Carson Beck actually makes the Cardinals room look better.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. No,
Yeah.
I completely agree. So yeah, I think all right, we'll put it in a safe way that the Browns are definitely bottom 3 quarterback rooms in the league for
There
sure.
you
Okay.
I like Judkins. Their wide receiver 1 is Jerry Jeudy, and that dude, for all intents and purposes, doesn't have hands.
Judy.
So when your wide receiver 1 can't catch, that's typically not great.
Judy.
Well, don't say it too loud. Don't say it too loud, RJ.
Well, yeah. Moving on. Harold Fannin, he's a pretty good tight end. He had a good rookie year. I just don't think the division that they're in is going to give them any leeway. But I think that the talent alone is more than some of these other trash teams, and they will win games just through talent alone. So I do have the Browns not being the worst team, just because I have them winning at least 5 games this year.
Okay. 5. Okay, so you got 5 of the Browns. Okay, in that division, huh?
They always manage to steal
last year.
Yeah, they managed to steal like 1 or 2 against division opponents for no reason. The Bengals have like a curse against the Browns. They usually get one against the Steelers. Like, it very well could happen.
Okay, there. So we got 4 for the Jets and 5 for the Browns. Okay, all right. I'm keeping tally. All right, DK. Let's talk about the Cardinals. How do you feel about the Cardinals conversation and how I guess you can say hapless are they going to be in 2026?
I mean, of course, I'm picking them to finish last in the division. But
Well, yeah, I think everybody has that going. Yeah.
I don't know if their offense is serviceable. Because, Jacoby Brissett can pass the ball. It's just, I don't know, when he goes up against good defense, it's a wrap for him. So, they got good receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Is he good?
Give him a chance.
He's got name power,
Give him a chance. I know.
That's like LeBron James Jr., dude, walking out, and you're like,
"Oh, nah. Don't say that.
Come on." I mean,
I think he's
it's inching closer to that than not. I drafted him in fantasy, all right? I hope it works out.
I was about to say, I know
let's call a spade a spade.
I know one of y'all.
Not me, but yeah, so somebody did.
Because I was thinking about picking them up. But like I said, they got the new coach. That's LaFleur, the LaFleur brother, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get him a chance. I might have to do the same thing and say it's gonna be about 5 wins, 4 or 5 wins for them.
Okay.
I can't see them being the worst team in the NFL though.
Really? So yeah, I'm glad you said that. So let's open to who you think is going to be the worst.
The GD Jets.
Well, it's funny enough. It's a team you didn't mention, Coach.
Well, I'm getting to it because I got another round. Round.
Okay. All right, for sure.
I mean, we all in a collective here. Who? I'm thinking the team in Florida.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Yeah. So
ding, 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 ding.
So we going with the Dolphins. That's who we think.
When your wide receiver room starts with Malik Washington, you're going to be the
exactly.
worst team in the league.
I couldn't even name a wide receiver on their team.
Hey, man, Tutu, he's there. He's ready.
150-pound soaking wet Tutu as well.
Your wide receiver 1 is 5'8". Just let that sink in.
Yeah, let that sink in. Let that marinate. Yeah.
He's not
Okay,
Tyreek
fair
Hill.
enough. Yeah, definitely not Tyreek Hill. Okay, fair enough. So Miami's going to be the lead dog in the conversation then. Okay.
Oh, by far.
Okay. All right. So
if their line is 2.5 wins, I'm taking the under.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. So I got two more teams here. So DK broke the news on the Dolphins. So you saying how many wins you gonna give the Dolphins then, DK?
I'm gonna give them 3.
3. Okay. That lines up. That lines up perfectly because that would definitely give them the number 1 pick. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So let's talk about the Falcons then, Archie. What do you think the Falcons going to look like with likely being the quarterback of Tua Tagovailoa's prowess throwing the ball for Kevin Stefanski?
Yeah,
Bijan,
I mean,
London, Pitts, the whole shebang.
It's going to be rough. Don't get me wrong. But they also have they probably have the most talent out of any of the teams we mentioned by far. I mean, you have Bijan, who's arguably a top 3 running back. They have Drake London, who's a bona fide number 1, easily a top 10 wide receiver. Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts. And they have, a pretty serviceable defense. And Kyle Pitts, by the way, that is both an insult and a compliment to Kyle Pitts. I just want that to be known.
Yeah.
The defense is very, serviceable. Now they're going to be without James Pierce, of course, for the first 8 games. So that's going to significantly hinder their pass rush, which was kind of what gave their defense their name last year was, getting to the quarterback. So depending on how oh my God, what's what we're looking for? How active that pass rush, I should say, is without him there will really determine how many of these games they're able to win. But I think just off talent alone, again, we saw Tua when he had a lot of talent with a bona fide number 1 wide receiver, a great number 1 running back. He will even have, again, a better tight end than he's had ever in Miami, I'm pretty sure. So I think he can win you games. I'm not going to sit up here and say that Tua can't win you games. We obviously know that he can. We've seen it. I just don't think it'll be more than 7, I'll say is their ceiling. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they win 7 games. Okay. They have an easy division, so that definitely helps.
So they won 8 last year, and they were.
You got Tua starting.
Yeah, I mean, Penix haven't even played 11 on 11 football since the day.
I think he just got cleared.
I think
just got cleared.
Yeah,
I think they ramping him. They're gonna ramp him up. They're gonna need him to stop.
I will say though, they're indoor team, and Tua, I mean, for his faults, is a pretty efficient, accurate passer in a controlled climate. So I mean,
they play in the dome.
Could be decent. I mean, I feel like every year there's a stretch where he looks okay, and then something happens, whether it's a concussion or something else, or some bad later in the season.
Right.
I think Bijan's game, him in and of itself, wins you 2 games. He's just that good. I give him 2 wins right off the bat. Yeah. So I think Tua and the rest
he can house the ball at any moment, dude.
Oh, yeah,
just got to shovel it to him
through a pass or a handoff. He will take that to the house.
And he can pass.
Yeah, he's like Earl Meggett on the longest yard. Yes. Just keep the ball out the window. Yeah, so I agree with that. So I think that you might be cooking a little bit of gas there. And like you said, they're gonna have 8 games or give or take in indoors. So that should help Tua's arm strength and in this issues with the weather per se. I gotta look and see how what type of teams they play outdoors. They might get lucky and play a lot of warm weather teams. Who knows?
They got I got their schedule right here. So they got 3 road games in the first 4 weeks of the season to start: Pittsburgh, Green Bay, and New Orleans. So Green Bay early in the year is really good. Yeah. Pittsburgh early in the year. New Orleans Dome. Later on in the year they go at Washington, at Carolina, at Cleveland, at Minnesota. They really don't have their schedule. I might even bump that up to 8 or 9 wins.
It's pretty cushy, honestly.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even realize how easy
the Chiefs
schedule was.
11-15, but hell, it might be 95 still in November then.
But then they're in Atlanta though in that game too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm looking at the other way. I'm so used to looking at the.
So Minnesota, Cleveland is probably going to be their coldest games of the season.
Minnesota's indoors too, right?
Never mind. Yeah. So probably Cleveland maybe. How cold is it getting in Carolina?
Pretty cold. Yeah, pretty cold.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the last game of the season. So
Okay. All right, cool. Good stuff. All right, then. So you saying, 7-8 is your window?
yeah, I might up it to 8 wins, just seeing
Okay.
how forgiving that schedule is.
Good enough. Good stuff. All right, so let's talk about the Raiders then, AG, as we round this out. And I think we got to get a clear conscience of who's going to be the worst team. But let's talk about the Raiders and Kirk Cousins and Mendoza's conversation. So what do you think they're going to look like in the 2026 campaign?
I do think that they're going to be improved. I don't think it's going to be a very starch or drastic improvement, so to speak. I'm looking. They were 3-14 last year. I'd probably say they win 5, maybe 6 games.
Okay.
And I think at some point Mendoza is starting. When that point may be, let me look at the schedule because I feel like they're. Well, I don't know.
I was just about to say, looking at
well,
this,
because we talked about this. I know. I mean, they got Chargers, Chiefs, Patriots, Bills, Rams pretty early, but they open the season with Miami. I'm like, if you want to bolster up a young QB's confidence, it's probably the game to do it.
Yeah.
But then they play Chargers right after that.
I've been gunning for Mendoza to start week 1. There's going to be no game better.
I mean, it's not
wavered in that take. You definitely have not wavered there. Yeah.
Later in the season, I guess they got the Browns, Titans, and Cardinals, but I mean, sprinkled in there is all the other AFC West opponents. So, and the Seahawks.
Okay.
I could see. So they play the Jets November 1st. Mendoza's coming out in New York.
In New York. Okay.
To then trot him out there against San Francisco and Seattle.
Well, by that, yeah, I mean
they play the NFC.
You're gonna do
West.
it. They
played 3 teams in the NFC West in a 4-game span.
All I can tell you is I 100% do not want to put Mendoza out there against the Rams with Myles Garrett, maybe Aaron Donald, and everyone else, and just getting murdered. Then he's seeing ghosts.
Quarterback retire early. Do that.
Although, listen to some of his interviews. I don't even know if he knows what he's seeing half the time.
Yeah, that dude's special. But yeah,
I think they will be
in a good way.
In a good way. In a very NFL QB unique way. He just has that just odd personality.
Yes.
Quirky. I'm calling him quirky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Andrew Luck.
Andrew
Luck, but he had a lot better tape coming into the league.
Indeed. Okay. So I think the consensus is that we all believe, based upon your predictions, that the Miami Dolphins will be the first team picking in the 2027 draft. Okay, with 3 wins, is that what the prediction was?
2.
3 wins, DK? 3 wins?
2 or 3, yeah.
Okay.
The worst team is either way. Worst teams in the AFC East.
Yep.
True. So I think we ran down the list. We would say that the Miami Dolphins are first, Jets were second, Cardinals third, Raiders fourth, and Falcons fifth.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment of it.
That's pretty. Man, I don't know with the Falcons picking 5th, and we're saying they win 7-8 games like that.
That's a lot.
Well, you got the Titans in there. They went 3-14.
Yeah,
I think they'll be improved, and it's like it's the same type of wild cards. The AFC South, like you never know what the Jags are going to be. Every year.
The Saints, the NFC South as a whole.
Texans have a great defense, but what's Stroud going to look like? And they just got kind of a hamper in that department. And then Colts, who knows? They're going to stay healthy or not?
Yeah. I will say to the defense of the Texans, that defense is easily good enough to get you into the playoffs.
Oh,
easy. They're gonna walk. They're gonna walk backwards in the playoffs.
Trent Dilfer can come out of retirement right now and take them to the Super Bowl. Is that right?
Real talk. If Phillip Rivers was the starting quarterback for the Texans in last year's playoff run, I think they win the Super Bowl. I'm not even joking. He played good enough in the sense that he didn't turn the damn ball over.
He couldn't throw.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a good one. Phillip Rivers is the quarterback of the Texans. They win the Super Bowl. That's wild. Even with Seattle going, even with Seattle being there,
he almost beat Seattle. He had him on the ropes in the regular season.
That's true.
And he's playing for the Colts. You got a point.
Off the street.
Messenger. Oh, shoot the
Hump
messenger.
showed up at the live fitness, said, "Let me get in next."
My takes sound crazy, but they never come without logic.
True. I give you that. Fair enough. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we can dream. It didn't happen. Clearly, we don't know what Phillip Rivers going to do now. We more see clips of his son playing now than we see him. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
And you just had another kid while we were talking right now.
Well, he might have. You never know. I mean, breathe on his wife. She gets pregnant. So it is what it is.
What was it? If you get to 10, you don't have to pay child support. So I mean, he's just.
Is that what the rule is?
Go the Nick Cannon route.
Okay. Damn, son.
I think he did say that though. Like I think in certain states there is a limit on it.
Really?
I don't know.
I'm never trying to get there, so I don't know the rule.
Side hump, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Damn,
it's a lot of work too. Yeah, a lot of work you got to put in to get that number. I'm sure.
That's a grind for sure.
For sure, for both parties. Ooh. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right, so based upon who we know not making the playoffs, based upon his list, we think that clearly the Miami Dolphins, Jets, Cardinals, and I want to say who was in that conversation as well. Who was 4?
Titans, Cardinals,
Cardinals. Falcons somewhere in the top 10, maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we were holding our predictions for now and getting to the regular season, and we'll see at the end of the season where we're right or wrong and who finishes where. But long season to go, but I don't think we're far off, in my opinion. Okay. All right, so moving on down the line, let's talk about some new play callers in the NFL. So there is a rash of new offensive coordinators in the. I think I lost count after a while. I mean, it's a long list. I'll just read you the teams that have new offensive coordinators. Now, mind you, when I say this list, they're not all calling plays, but most of them are. So the Cardinals never new play caller, Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Bears, Browns, Broncos, Lions, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, Giants, Jets, Eagles, Steelers, 49ers, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Titans, and Commanders. All have new offensive coordinators.
Damn, I feel like you just named the whole league.
It's like half of it.
At least half of it, right? So almost damn near half the league has new play callers. Well, at least new offensive coordinators. Now, I would argue that Nathaniel Hackett is the offensive coordinator in Arizona, which is we all know about him.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Kevin Stefanski's going to be calling plays in Atlanta, so he's going to that Tommy Reese is out in that conversation. But Declan Doyle will be calling plays for the Ravens.
New Bears OC probably not really calling plays.
Yeah, the Bills or the Bears. Browns either. Monken's going to call plays. Davis Mills is calling plays for the Broncos for the foreseeable future. Drew Petzing for the Lions is calling plays. Mike McDaniel obviously calling plays for the Chargers. Nobody's calling plays but Sean McVay in LA with the Rams. Bobby Slow is calling plays. Davis Webb is calling plays for them, and then you got Bobby Slowick for the Dolphins. Matt Nagy and Greg Roman are calling plays for the Giants. Frank Reich calling plays for the Jets. Sean Mannion for the Eagles. Brian Fleury for the Seahawks. He was placing Kubiak. Yeah. Zach Robinson is still he's with the Buccaneers now. Brian Daboll with the Titans and David Blau for the Commanders. So I'm going to give you guys a name, and you tell me whether or not you believe this particular coaching change is going to do right or go south for their particular teams in 2026. So let's start with DK. So I'm going to start with let's see here where my list is at. Let's start with the Eagles. I know you love them. So let's talk Sean Mannion. So do you think that Sean Mannion is going to be the air quote golden goose to the Eagles' success again? It's every other year thing for them. Like they have a coordinator 1 year, he leaves, go get a head coach, they get a bad one the next year. Then they get a new one, he's good. They win the Super Bowl, then they go bad last year. Obviously didn't. Offense was stuck in neutral. So now they're back to on the good side technically. But is Sean Mannion a guy that's going to be able to resurrect this offense and get Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts back on track? And they lost A.J. Brown. So what do you think is going to happen in Philly with Sean Mannion?
I think it's gonna be rough. I need to take a look at their schedule and see what it looks like out the gate, because if they start off bad, that's gonna be the first person they're gonna look at. Because for some reason they don't say nothing about Sirianni as much as they do about the offensive coordinator. He keeps skating by. Mm-hmm. So Sean Mannion, I don't know. I'm not familiar with his offense, so I don't know what exactly he's going to run. But I feel like they're going to take a step back because you're losing A.J. Brown. that AJ Brown, Devontae Smith combo, I'll admit it was a problem. But now you're just looking at Devontae Smith and what Malachi Lemon, and then I think they got
What, they
Wicks
got
over there
Hollywood
too.
Brown now? They got Hollywood Brown now?
He might not even make the team.
Who was that?
Oh, well. Okay.
Hollywood Brown. He's
Yeah,
like
Hollywood Brown. Yeah, don't they got Wicks over there?
Dontavian
too?
Wicks.
yeah, Dontavian Wicks. I think there's someone
Elijah
else.
Moore, former Brown.
Yeah.
Elijah Moore, former Brown. Yeah.
So I'm not
Short
really
Kings on
enamored.
this. It's a lot of short kings in that wide receiver room.
Exactly.
Nobody told.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Wicks
I'm
is
not
tall
really-
though, and he's like
I'm not really
No.
enamored with their wide receiver core. And Devontae Smith, what we used to
That's
call him
one.
on Madden is LITA. So he real small.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he definitely gonna get injured. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sold on him. Alex know what I mean.
I know what it means. We do.
I know.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
our
Well,
man,
and for y'all that don't know, it's like ass. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely is that.
I don't think you could depend on that wide receiver coach. So I think it's gonna be a lot of they said Jalen Hurts was gonna be going back to running this year. So they're gonna call some more running plays this year for him. So I see them doing that and then getting Barkley involved, of course. And of course, I'm sure new coordinator he gonna want to involve his tight end. So I can see Goddard having a good season as well. And I'm not just saying that because I drafted him.
And there.
A slight investment. Yeah, a slight investment in that thing. I understand.
There it is. They do open with the Commanders and then the Titans, and then go to Chicago, Rams at home. So I mean,
so that first
it's an early test. It's an early test.
Exactly. That's a good first four right there because
the
first
little
game against
sprinkle
Washington,
of everything.
Yeah, first game against Washington, they should win, but it's a division rival, so that's gonna be a good game. But then Tennessee they should beat. But then you say they got who's the third game
at Chicago?
Oh yeah,
and then Rams at home.
Yeah, so that's a good little test right there. First 4 games for them. So
yeah,
I guess we'll know by 4. Was it by week 4? We'll know, right?
Yeah,
exactly. By week 4, we'll know. We'll see.
And week 1, division opponent versus also new OC. Same
right.
young quarterback type OC that was like just on a team, but 2 years ago.
Right.
Yep.
David Blau. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
David Blau. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Who was the Eagles coordinator last year? The offensive coordinator?
I forget his name.
I can't remember.
Kevin Patullo.
Oh yeah,
he's like
yeah,
the fourth one in 4 years.
He's the fourth one. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm great segue then. So, RG, what do you think about David Blau? Do you think that David Blau is going to work?
Man, I mean, I think everything depends on the health of Jaden Daniels. I think this is really and maybe it's a little bit of an unfair situation for David Blau, but I think he truly is going to be judged based on if Jaden's healthy or not. And if Jaden's healthy, that offense is going to be dynamic because he's a dynamic player. And I think he's the kind of player as an offensive coordinator you dream of having because you could just run so many things with him. You can run the options. You can run, obviously the play actions. Everything. He's got a great arm. Everything opens up for you. He is ideally the perfect player if he was just 20 pounds heavier and wasn't made of glass. And that's unfortunately, it is what it is. You come into the league injured, you leave the league injured. And he had, various questions about his health coming out of LSU. I don't even want to get into that whole debacle.
How dare you link those two together?
I know, God. we shouldn't start. Guys, if you notice, we start the show at 6.
And desist right now. Yeah.
We start the show at 6 in honor of Jaden Daniels, to not start it at 5
So I was going to say, I have the 5th pick in some fantasy drafts, and I'm just giving it up in honor of him.
Jaden.
That's his pick.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, man. So unfortunately,
you can draft Jaden at 5. That might work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for David Blau, it's really just going to come down to if Jaden can stay healthy. And I think if he stays healthy, that team is going to be really good, and people are going to look at Blau as a genius. And if he gets hurt and the team sputters like they did last year, it's going to be, we need to get somebody else in here. Hopefully they stick around with him for a while. And, obviously, hopefully Jaden isn't so damn injury prone. But unfortunately, I feel like we're headed for the same ending as last season.
Yeah, it was a little bit cringeworthy in that game they played in the preseason. That one driver so they had with the starters, it didn't look great. So I'm very curious as to what it's going to look like because in addition to Jaden, I have a whole lot of time to throw. It defenders in his face left and right. The timing was off. I mean, it was just bad. I mean, I don't know if they just kind of going through the motion in the preseason or what, but I would love to know what's going on. Yeah, and that part too. Yeah, exactly. And I still don't know why they didn't call Taylor Decker yet, but that's just a whole different conversation. Again.
Well, didn't you see that they signed? Who'd they sign? DJ Humphries.
Oh, that was today. You're right. I did see that. I did see that. Yep. So they got DJ Humphries. So yeah, not bad. That's not bad. Again, it's better than Andrew Wiley. So yeah. I guess they're trending in the right direction. Okay. All right, good stuff. So yeah, so you're on the fence. It really just it may not be David Blau's hands. It really might be in Jaden Daniels' health's hands. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I truly do think that Blau could probably have some amazing concepts and draw up some great plays, and ultimately, if you don't have the guy that your franchise there, it's really tough to succeed with backup quarterback play.
There, okay, all right, good stuff. So, all right, AG, let's talk. What I want to go next. Let's go Ravens. Let's talk Declan Doyle.
Yes.
Protege of Ben Johnson. I guess you can say he comes to Ben Johnson tree. He's Ben Johnson's disciple, like my terminology I like to use. So tell me about Declan Doyle. What do you think Declan Doyle is going to look like in 2026 for the Ravens?
Yeah, I like Declan Doyle in Baltimore. I think that is a perfect pairing with Jesse Minter and the perfect type of OC or perfect tree they picked from to pair with Lamar, coming from the Ben Johnson tree, but he was also actually with Sean Payton before that. I think he was the tight end coach in Denver before he was the OC for Chicago. So, I mean, two great offensive minds, and you finally get kind of free run to run your system with, a two-time MVP quarterback in the prime of his career. Like, I think they're going to do some damage. Just as a whole, I think they're going to be successful. And I think Lamar's going to be back in that, MVP caliber talk after this year. Because I think they're going to do a lot more innovative stuff than the more traditional type of approaches we've seen with Monken and then, Roman before that. So, yeah, I think this was a home run hire and the, perfect guy to pair with Minter and really the perfect team for him to land to with what he's got to work with.
Okay. Good stuff. All right, DK, I got another round of overseas to talk about, first-time play callers. So and I'm going to go right to your division on this one. I'm talking Brian Fleury for the Seahawks, taking over for Clint Kubiak in their Super Bowl run. So what do you think that it's going to look like for him calling plays for the Seattle Seahawks in 2026?
Nobody has a clue because he just left the 49ers last year. He was the tight ends coach, so somehow he got the offensive coordinator job, which I find kind of funny. I think Mike McDonald did that on purpose, because why are you taking the 49ers tight end coach to make your offensive coordinator? It was offensive coordinators out there he could have took. Come on now. That's just a little rivalry thing. That's how I look at it. So you think he's slick. He's not slick. So I think that's a big move because they losing Kubiak. He went to the Raiders. And now you bringing in him. I don't know what his offense is going to look like. Like I say, he was a tight ends coach. So it's kind of up in the air for me. I mean, you got the weapons, of course, in Seattle to make it work. But, I mean, I will say a positive is no defense is going to know what the offense is going to look like. Not unless they somehow running the same plays that Kubiak ran or a mixture of them and, changing the verbiage and all that other stuff. So, but I think it's going to be interesting to see what their offense look like. The defense, of course, is going to be solid because Mike McDonald's he's a beast at defense, but on offense, I don't know. I'm interested to see what it looks like, what Sam Darnold does after winning that Super Bowl. A lot of people say he didn't play good in that Super Bowl, which I kind of agree. He did what needed to be done, but he didn't look too spectacular. So,
he didn't lose the game. Yeah, he didn't lose the game.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't lose the game. But like I said, it's going to be interesting. I'm ready to see what they look like with that offense.
Well, I'm glad you said that because you don't think there's a chance you could see a little bit of renditions of your 49er offense in that conversation since you've been with the Niners before?
But I feel like everybody in the NFC West runs that same type of offense. McVay runs the same offense. So I could see Fleury trying to implement in Seattle. as well. Like I say, I think that's one of the reasons why Mike McDonald hired him, because he tried to get the inside track on the
Oh, why
on the
not?
offense. Yeah,
Yeah,
why
why
not?
not?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you got to do. I mean, he got Purdy number 2. I will give him that too. For some reason, Purdy be struggling against his defense, even going back to when he was with the Ravens. So
Mm.
he knows what he's doing. I'm not mad at it. It's just funny how you could just see how it's going down in the division. So I don't know LaFleur. Matter of fact, LaFleur the same type of offense too. They all run the same type
Yeah.
of offense. So
Mhm.
it's all
Just
the Shanahan
a
tree.
Spider-Man meme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there you go. Good one. Yeah, good one. Yeah.
Exactly. The
Hey,
whole NFC West running the same type of offense. It's just a matter
Right.
of
Just who's gonna run it better? Who has the better quarterback?
exactly who gonna run it better.
it's
Exactly.
interesting though that dude's never called plays before at any level. So
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
what I'm saying.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at it. He was the DC at Sacred Heart,
Damn.
DC?
special teams coordinator at Towson, and then the tight ends coach for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
like,
saying. He was a
damn.
finance coach.
Out of
And
nowhere.
run game coordinator, I guess.
Talk about an
Yeah.
ascension.
Yeah, he's
Right.
got some photos of someone, dude.
What is the
wasn't even
term?
on the
Meteoric
radar.
rise?
Yeah.
That's
You
how I
said
know
DK?
he was funny. I said he wasn't even on nobody's radar. I was like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
when I
Yeah.
saw
yeah.
that hire, I was like, oh,
Like,
that-
all right, Mike McDonald, who we hiring? Brian Fleury. Who the
Right.
F
Who
is that?
Who?
Yeah, who?
exactly.
What are you, an owl?
Maybe he's the dude that had photos of John Fox, and now that that whole thing came out, they're like, we don't got to keep him hired anymore. We can ship him
Maybe he
off
knows.
to the division rival.
Damn.
That is funny.
That's
That
crazy.
is funny. Oh
He said,
man.
I've never called plays, but I can tell you what that 49ers owner does in the spare time.
Exactly.
Get him
You're
out of here.
hired. Tell me more.
He saw that story got released. He's like, damn it, there went my leverage.
Right. I wanted to be the first.
Ooh, that's funny.
Oh man.
That is funny.
That is a
yeah,
crazy resume, though. I mean,
yeah, it is. But but you also got to realize too that they were up against it because they won the Super Bowl. They're not allowed to hire a coach until
Yeah.
the Super Bowl's over. So
They
they're
had to wait late.
they had to wait late. So they had picking from nothing. So they just kind of had to, just pick something to hope for the best in a sense. So we'll see. We'll see. We did, Alfred. We did talk about the Ravens already. We talked about Declan Doyle. You just missed it.
Rewind
Just
about a
loved
minute.
it.
Yeah, right about
We
4 or
love it.
5 Yeah,
That's my
yeah. But
guy.
we all are happy about Declan Doyle. So that'll give you some comfort. We all happy about that hire. We think it's going to work. So yeah. So you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Like I said, it'll be on the recording if you want to listen back to our actual take on it. But we're all happy about Declan Doyle's hire. We're good with that one.
Yeah,
We're
him
good
and
with that
Minter
one.
is going to be
Spark Notes. It was great.
Indeed. So, all right, RG, let's talk Lions. Their new OC. We got a guy by the name of Drew Petzing. They're still trying to fix things from Ben Johnson leaving 2 years ago, obviously. So, what do you think Drew Petzing is going to look like in 2026 for the Lions?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot to work with. That's for damn sure. Got probably the best running back in football right now. Can we all?
I'll answer it because you asked it earlier. I'll answer it and say that I think Bijan and Jonathan Taylor are 1-2 for me.
Okay.
Only thing that bothers me about Gibbs is he's 195 pounds. He's dynamic, he's fast, he's quick, he's good. He just always gives me angst when you're that light of a running back and your durability. So that's the only knock I really have on him. He hadn't been really injured, his entirety, but he hadn't had to have the whole lion's share of the carries like he's going to have this year. So if he can make it through this season unscathed and handle that workload, I think you can bump him up in that conversation. But that's only
top 5 running back.
Oh, absolutely.
He's top 3.
Yeah,
all right.
I would go Bijan, Kenneth Walker, Jameer Gibbs.
What? Get out of here.
What? Talking about Super Bowl MVP? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Jonathan Taylor. I just had to, the Chiefs fan in me had to.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I was trying to see. I knew it wouldn't go
good.
without a comment, but
What? Either way, to make a long story short, that offense has weapons all over the place. Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, Laporta. I mean, like their O-line, that's what is the one thing that is going to give me some concern. The O-line has to hold up. If the O-line doesn't hold up, it doesn't matter what kind of play calls you have for Goff. It ain't going to work. We all know how Goff works. And this is not me trying to shit on Goff, but this is a majority, like a good amount of quarterbacks in the NFL that aren't, your bona fide superstars or, your top 15, top 10, whatever, however you want to judge it. But when they're under pressure or when he's under pressure, he turns the ball over. And we saw that plenty of times last year. And he doesn't just turn it over like once or twice. No, what did he have? He had like a 5 interception game last year, right? And I think and they still won, I think. Or it was very close or something like along those lines. But this is all to say that if that O-line can't hold up, that their season's a wreck. And
he's easy.
It's a shame to say, and again, I feel like both the coordinators you gave me are very dependent on health. One is for the quarterback, the other is for another position group, the O-line, and it really is the truth because again, the offense looked pretty good last year for the Lions. Like all things, it didn't look to the levels of Ben Johnson, of course. Not saying that, but it looked like a good offense. I mean, they finished 9-8. They had a serviceable offense. That O-line, though, towards the end of the season, you really started to see the wheels come off a bit. And if that carries over into this year, it could be trouble for Detroit very early on.
Detroit, okay. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I think things are going to start to get a little on the nervous side if they don't pick it up this particular campaign. Because again, if Ben Johnson was a catalyst of all this success and you were like literally on the cusp of a Super Bowl and now can't even win your division, and that's definitely a conversation about Dan Campbell, the coordinator, the quarterback. There's a lot to talk about in that space if this all falls apart. But so hopefully Drew Pearson can be the glue that keeps it together. But that is the question, because I think that it really hinges on his ability, one, like you said, to protect Goff, and two, for him to call good plays and then run good offense. Because again, they have to be able to be in a conversation, either winning the division or in a high wild card conversation, or it's a I guess you can say I won't call it a failed season, but it's not, you didn't meet your expectations. So I think that that is definitely something the front office is going to be looking at if they don't get that far. So yeah, I think that was definitely a little bit of a pressure cooker for Dan Campbell in that group to get things done. Because again, Jared Goff's not getting any younger. They've changed, they mixed the match the O-line now. Penei Sewell's on the left side now. They got a new right tackle. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Then you had changed the system too. Didn't Glasgow retire? I'm retired. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say he's still available, right? Like he's still a free agent, quote unquote.
Still a free agent, yeah, technically. Somebody tweeted asking when he come out of retirement to play with the Chargers. Damn, bro, we that desperate?
Yeah, we are.
I hope we not had a center, and not a center, a guard maybe. But
guard. We might be desperate enough to sign him just so we can get Slaughter back to guard.
Guard, right? That might help us out, right? Yeah. You might get a point. Well, but yes, I definitely believe that they got to hold up in those areas. If they don't, there's going to be some questions in Detroit, as you put it. Yes, indeed. All right, AG. So let's round this out. Let's talk about Davis Webb for the Broncos. Calling plays Sean Payton. He's going to be taking over the duties for the Broncos. So what is this going to do for Bo Nix and the Broncos offense in 2026, in your opinion?
To be honest, I think I kind of look at this situation the same way DK kind of talked about Sean Mannion. Like, Davis Webb is going to call the plays, but he's going to be the scapegoat when things aren't going right by week 2 or 3, and it's going to be Sean Payton calling it again. Or, maybe Davis Webb gets to call the play in, but Sean Payton tells him what to say, and that's the dynamic. I don't really see – I don't see it being changed too much from how it's been, because I mean, not that I know anything personal about the dynamic, but Sean Payton doesn't strike me as the type of guy that would give up full control. Much like Andy Reid, every offensive coordinator the Chiefs have had, Andy Reid has been the guy with the final say. And, there's times where there's 3 coaches talking about what play to call on the hot mic, and then a call comes in. So I kind of view this as the same type of situation. I really don't think anything schematically or, offensive theory wise is changing. It's just going to be full steam ahead with what they've done. And, it's going to depend on just how Bo Nix is coming off of that injury, and can he kind of replicate some of the stuff he was doing. I mean, not that some people I think have some like beer goggles on when they look at Bo Nix and the Broncos offense from last year, because I mean they were kind of the same the same way the Chiefs were 2 years ago and just skating by and winning these close games from their defense, and people aren't really talking about the problems on that side. So, I think there's going to be some issues to start the year, and I'm not just being an AFC West hater with this, but I think there's going to be some issues, and then it's going to be, well, Sean Payton's calling plays full time now, pretty early into the year.
Okay. Well, I did hear Sean on an interview when they did interview with him in training camp. He said it was going to be a collaboration of efforts, but the call should come from Davis Webb on Sundays. That's what he said. That was his
that
take.
Sounds like some corporate Kool-Aid, if you ask me.
Corporate Kool-Aid, I like that. That's a good one. That's
collaborative effort basically says it's my offense. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, a little bit of innuendo, a little bit of subliminal.
Be like Happy Gilmore, and the Shooter McGavin's asking his caddy, like, what do I hit? He's like, I'd say the 5-iron. Yeah, give me the wedge. Fired.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Alrighty. So so if you had to say, like, out of those coordinators we discussed, who you think is going to have the most success in 2026 as we round this out? Who you got, DK? Who's going to have the most success?
Out of the list you had, or you just talking about?
Well, I mean, honestly, truly, you can add because clearly they're not first time play callers, but you can add Mike McCarthy in this conversation, Mike McDaniel, Matt Nagy. They've called plays before, but they're in new places now. So out of those guys and the guys we talked about, who do you think is going to have the most success?
I think it will be. I'm gonna go ahead and say Detroit's coordinator. What was his name?
Drew Petzing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Drew Petzing because I mean you got weapons over there, man. They cooking up stuff with Gibbs, St. Brown, Williams, Laporta,
Tesla.
Tesla. I forgot about Tesla. Yeah, you got weapons over there. And golf is serviceable in the dome. He a monster when they playing in that dome. So
it look like Tua. The weather is different for him.
Exactly. You get golf outside, he struggles, but in that dome, man, he gets busy. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Detroit for me.
All right, RJ, who you got is going to be the most successful new OC in 2026?
Man, I think I'm gonna probably give it to Declan Doyle.
Huh?
Yeah, I feel like he's got the best quarterback out of the bunch, out of the new play callers.
Yeah.
And I love Jesse Minter, obviously. I think that defense is going to take a complete turnaround. And I mean, he's got Derrick Henry, got Lamar, of course. Zay. I mean, they have a pretty. They did their O-line took a big hit this offseason, of course, but I think the O-line is still more than enough, more than capable. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see, man, if he can get it right, if Doyle can get it right, and we already know what Minter can do on the defensive side of the ball, the Ravens might be one of the most scary teams of the league this year.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Have you seen their schedule? You talk about cupcake.
Man,
you
don't say.
Yeah, they got
let's see.
A nice little easy schedule coming out the
BS, dude.
They got
why can't I find them? Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Colts week 1, Saints week 2, Cowboys week 3, Saints week 4, Atlanta week 5. Oh yeah.
They're gonna be zooming and booming by the time they play the Bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might win like 14,
be undefeated by the time they get to the Bills.
I mean, literally, they got the Texans and the Bills, and Chargers. Maybe Bengals.
A little bit on the back end, but that front end schedule and that Dallas game is in Brazil, so it ain't no advantage.
No telling. Ain't no telling with that. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. They got a nice cushy schedule. Yeah. You got to run the table with that one. You got to.
Damn.
Indeed. It'd be so far ahead that even if they do drop a game or two, they don't matter at the end. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
What's that? The second place schedule, dude? Jam. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm about to say, why their schedule so light?
Chiefs' schedule is not that easy. Supposedly played a third place one. So.
Well, you also got to face the NFC West on top of your division.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
what makes it worse. Yeah.
That's true. That's right. That's a double whammy. But I'm also going to go with Declan. I already shouted it out, but I think that's the clear cut guy of the first time play callers. Now, I will say I think the most successful new OC is probably Mike McDaniel, but I think out of the first time guys, it's got to be Declan.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, good stuff. All right, so we want to take a pause because we got a little bit of an announcement going on here. So if you haven't noticed, the young gentlemen that's on before you, the NFL Insiders, all have on Lockdown Defense sports memorabilia. You got Lockdown Defense sports t-shirts now that we are going to be selling soon on the network. So we're going to do as a thank you to the fans and a blessing from our distributor, the DC4L custom tees. We're going to do a giveaway for a t-shirt for a lucky fan. So if you're watching this or if you follow us on social media, because we will post this on social media after the live show, we're going to be doing the giveaway. We're going to post the link for the giveaway in the description of this video. We're going to post it on social media, and for a limited time and throughout the show as we go forward, we're going to have a QR code on the screen to let you know how to enter the giveaway. But I'm going to post the link in the chat. So you fill the form out. All you got to do is do a couple little small minor things to enter yourself and put your name in the hat. And that will give you an opportunity to win one of these lucky Lockdown Defense Sports Network, I guess you can say, t-shirts. Where's the image here? There it is. That is the image of the shirt. So you will get a shirt of your size and your choosing if you do win the giveaway. So yes. Again, and it is also, if you're a member of our Patreon tier, you will get a free t-shirt as well. So that's shout out to our Patreon subscribers as well. The Patreon subscribers will get a free t-shirt as a compliment to their paid subscription. And then you have the opportunity to win a free shirt through this giveaway. So if you have the opportunity, please fill a form out and get that out. And we will definitely have the drawing on our first live show for the regular season, which is, I believe, the 6th of September. So all the details will be on social media, so you have to remember all this and keep winding this back. It will all be on social media. It'll be on Instagram and Twitter as well. So definitely follow us there. It'll be on Facebook as well. So follow us on all our socials. All the information will be there. And like I said, if you're watching this live or you watch the replay, you want to scan the QR code, please feel free to do that, and I'll get that running for you right now. All right, there's a QR code, and so that's going to be that. And we're going to keep that rolling. So I'll leave that up in the corner for right now. So as we go on with our show, but like I said, we are giving away the free t-shirt. The drawing will be in 2 weeks. So put your name in the hat, and we will draw the winner in 2 weeks on our first live show of the regular season. So just want to quick thank y'all and let y'all know we're doing big things out here. We're moving and grooving for the 2026 campaign. So yes, we're definitely doing things big on the Lockdown Defense Sports Network. So yes, that is that. All right, so gentlemen, moving on to another topic on the docket here. Let's talk about injuries. So there is, there's some clearly there's some injuries happening in the conversation, throughout the preseason. I argued on LDSN News on Monday that maybe this preseason needs to be one game. I think that not only is the product not great, but injuries keep happening and it's derailing people's expectations or their plans for the season. So with that being said, let's go around the room and give our synopsis on the injury bug and who has sustained an injury up to this point. What do you think how do you think that's going to affect their team? Who do you think has the biggest injury concerns going into the season up to this point? Let's start with AG. Who do you think has I guess you can say the biggest, I won't call it red flags, but who do you think has the biggest, who should be the most concerned with the injury bug going into the season?
Hey, I'll leave the real low hanging fruit for someone else on this channel who covers the certain team. But hey. Moving that aside, I think it's got to be the biggest injury right now. To me is Tunsil with Washington. RG kind of already hit on this, but I mean, we know how last year went with the just constant pressure on Jaden Daniels and what that eventually led to. And before the season even starts, they're losing their, stalwart franchise left tackle that they, traded some draft capital for to get to improve the O-line and paid him. And then this happened. Although I think it's not really expected to. I don't think he's for sure out for season yet. But I mean, when you already got such an impactful injury on the offensive line with the problems they had the year before, I mean, I think the red flag's got to be waving pretty hard at this point. And you're trying, like we've already talked about, trying to find a solidified replacement to make that as good as it can be up front to protect Jaden Daniels, so you don't have those same issues. And I mean, they're already dealing with that problem. That's not a good sign.
Okay. So Laramie Tussle for the Commanders. Okay, I like that one. Okay. All right, DK, what you got on your side? I mean, you can pick anybody on your team, but that's this whole other conversation.
I mean, that's what Alex was trying to say. So
Hey, a little subtweet, little messaging.
I mean, I might as well get to it. I mean, we one of the most injured teams in the NFL every year, so it's only right I go with that. But if you look at it, I mean, most of the players are coming back. Those injuries was just sustained over, preseason. But the biggest injury concern to me is Nick Bosa. So he hasn't even been practicing, which is crazy to me. And they got to leave next week for Australia. So the D line is just terrible without Nick Bosa. He averages almost 10 sacks every year, but it seems like he gets injured every year. So without him, it's just a bad D line right now. We do got Osa Digazua, but he's a D tackle, so it's not like he Reggie White just coming through bull rushing people for sacks. So we need somebody on the D inside, and Michael Williams is still hurt. He's probably going to go in the pup list. So I want them to go ahead, like I said, sign a DN. It seems like a lot of DNs are getting snatched up now in free agency. I just saw Hassan Reddick say he's ready to get picked up, so I wouldn't mind him picking him up, or somebody like Calvin Noy. So I'm going to say,
or you get Nick's brother, dude.
So, Joey Bosa. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Bosa brothers per se, but he's on my team, so I can't. You know what I'm saying? I got.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I still think his production is good when he's out on the field. But just lately, he just been injured. So I got to go with our defensive line. If we not getting no penetration on the quarterback, that's just leaving Fred and Greenlaw out there to die. And then I don't like our safety, so hey, we need D line help, man.
Well, yeah, your D tackles are good. Like I said, I talk about Grayson Halton and how he's a beast, and clearly OC's a beast. It's just the issue with the edge rushers. That's the problem.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I call on the public. Both hadn't practiced, and that's about it.
CJ West too. He's kind of
CJ West is a nice D tackle.
He's a DT in my opinion. I mean, he was a DT in
college.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, he's more of a run stopper too. Yeah, he's more of a run stopper. Yeah.
They got DTs for days, but it's just the edge rushing is terrible.
Yeah. So your sack reduction is taking a hit, and that's going to ultimately be a catalyst in how your season goes. I think and let's still niggas healthy at least, right?
Exactly. And Raheem Morris, I think the Falcons led the league in sacks last year, if I'm not mistaken. So whatever he was doing last year with that squad, I'm sure if he can get like a decent pass rusher too, he can duplicate that with the 49ers this year. Because he's going to be blitzing a lot, too. I see that now.
I'm sure of that. Yeah, I'm sure of that. So, DZ, I would love for Terrell Edwards to be the roster. I don't even care if Dalvin Tomlinson is a veteran. I would take Terrell over Dalvin Tomlinson, just to answer your question. He should make the 53, in my opinion. He's had way too good of a preseason. And you think you're going to stick on the practice squad and he's going to stay? He's not. So why go with a 31-year-old and not go with a 24-year-old when he's been playing better, in my opinion?
I will say the I guess this will also kind of get into what I'm going to talk about, but the injury to Biotish kind of maybe makes that a little bit more likely, given that there will be an extra roster spot sort of available than what we were anticipating. So maybe, because like you said, Coach, he's having a hell of a preseason. I don't think after that you can let him walk away like that.
Yeah, because he's a 24-year-old ascending player versus a guy that's been bouncing around in the league, has been on 4 teams in 4 years. So why would you not choose Terrell over Dalvin? So I don't know. But
Falcons were second in the league last year in sacks, 57. That's still a lot. Denver at 68.
Right.
Yes. Goes more to my point of, they were successful last year.
Exactly. Defense. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Holding up the offenses, and they had what I say they had 12 one-score games last year. Denver did?
Yeah, say 11 or 12.
11 to 12, yeah. Yeah. So I broke that down on the LDSN News too as well. So check that out if you haven't already. One of our better shows on the network. But yes. All right, RG, what you got from injury perspective? Who do you think is the most injury prone? Well, who's the most impactful injured person for the preseason that's going to affect the regular season?
Well, I had already mentioned it, so I'll just lay it out there again. I think it's Tyler Biotish, and it's not for the reason that people think. I'm not going to sit up here and say, "Oh, that's it, season over, Chargers." That's it, just pack it in. Let's just start focusing on the draft for next year. It's not that kind of season over injury, but as far as what injury could crush a team the most, I could definitely see this injury being a reason why the Chargers go from, a 13, 14 win team to a 10, maybe an 11 win team, kind of where we've been at with Harbaugh the entire time he's been here. Once again, just kind of scraping to make the playoffs, not winning the division again. And I really do think that the timing of it is really unfortunate, kind of on both sides. Obviously, on the fact that it happened late enough into the offseason that, the backup, in this case, Jake Slaughter, isn't going to be able to get a whole lot of reps with Herbert before the season starts. And on top of that, it happened so late into the year that they had already spent the entire offseason, Biotish, developing that chemistry, him and Herbert. And so now that all basically gets erased. Those months you spend, the whole point of training camp, getting used to the new players, on the team, getting used to the new concept, the new schemes, things like that. All that progress is essentially gone. And we don't know if we're even going to be getting it back at any point. We're obviously hoping that Slaughter comes in and is, bona fide Pro Bowl, all pro type center. And, it kind of just happily works out. But I don't like the fact that the Chargers are basically going to roll into this season with two rookies at center, with Jake Slaughter and Jacob Spolmer. So, and Spolmer, for all intents and purposes, has been playing fantastic in the preseason. So I think he, again, especially to the injury, has definitely earned a spot potentially on the roster. I think he's even been like the highest graded center in all of preseason by PFF for whatever it's worth with PFF. We all know how we feel about their grades. Yeah, trigger. And yeah, DZ, the lack of anchor does scare me as well. Yeah, at least you can pick up a stunt. Absolutely. That's one thing that we are not going to have troubles with is the interior picking up stunts. But I think DZ, that it's just that's something that he's going to have to learn with game time, and something that he's going to potentially struggle with early on in the season. I think having these two games against Miami and the Raiders, not saying that they're easy wins. There is never an easy win in the league, but against some lesser, tier teams. Yeah, exactly. It could be a lot worse. It could be, we're thrown out there against the Broncos. Which you're going to have to potentially face later on if he decides that he wants to rejoin the Rams. You are going to be playing the Rams this year. So, you have Chris Jones to worry about. Like, there's going to be some D tackles that Slaughter is going to have to face, and he's going to get roughed up. He's going to get, take his rookie lumps, and it is what it is. We just have to hope that, when it comes time by the end of the season, he's learned a lot and he looks comfortable there. And honestly, at this point, we just need better than Bradley Bozeman, man. Just give us better than Bradley Bozeman, which is, can you be a 32nd out of 32nd? Because Bozeman was somehow lower than that. So if you can be the worst starting center in the league, you'll still be better than Bozeman.
I think the bigger thing, RG, is, the bigger impact is now you got to play Cole Strange at right guard.
Well, we were going to play him at right guard regardless.
Oh, well, hey.
Yeah.
I'm still not a fan of that, but that's a whole different conversation. So check out the Electric Shock podcast if you want my opinion on that. But shameless plug on that. But yeah. I don't like that either. Don't like it. But you're right. I mean, it's definitely gonna be a learning curve. But I think these guys are built for it, man. And I think that The biggest issue is the fact that they don't really need a whole lot of assistance in Air Corps picking up stunts and pass protecting. And I think Mike McDaniel's scheme is going to lend to the idea to get them comfortable with run blocking in this scheme. So,
Right.
and their scheme fits. There were zone blockers in college, and there's going to be zone blockers in the pros. So it's not an upward hill climb from a learning curve perspective, as most people will look at it. From if you dig into the weeds of what they're learning day to day, it's not that drastically different. You're not going from a power scheme to a zone blocking scheme. That's a hike. Alex can attest to that.
Yeah.
Being a lineman, learning a whole different scheme, whole different philosophy of a scheme is different. But if you ran zone in college, you ran zone in the pros, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a matter of, just having synergy and chemistry with the line that you're working with. That's really what it boils down to, in my opinion.
I will say no, go ahead, Alex.
I was going to say the other component to it, shameless plug as a former center myself. I mean, you are, for the most part, most of the lines, you're the quarterback of the offensive line. So, he's got to learn, all the adjustments, how to identify when they need to slide the pressure another way. And, that may be a component of it as well with the quick turnaround. Obviously Biotish was a veteran and could probably pick that up a lot quicker. And not to say Slaughter can't, but I imagine the verbiage and the theories are much different at the NFL level than they were at Florida.
Right? I was going to say too, just to add on to that, the fact that we do have McDaniel, and I feel like he will do a much better job of masking below average O-line than Greg Roman did. Greg Roman just wanted to throw 4 verts out there with the fullback and say, yeah, we have time. You don't have time, Greg. So McDaniels will, implement, again, getting the run game going to force them to respect that. Getting, the short game, the extension of the run game, the screen games out there, making throws easier for Herbert and, getting him into a rhythm so the O-line, doesn't have to hold up as much. And again, to DZ's point, we just need him to pick up stunts. I feel like, he was a 4-year starter at Florida. He's a very smart individual, of course. I have no doubt that Slaughter, is going to be a good to great center. I was just under the impression that he was going to have a little bit more time to get used to it. Obviously, now you are thrust into the fire, and there's no time like the present. So we're going to have to see, can he impress? Can he shock us in a good way? We can only hope.
Okay. All righty. So one team I did want to highlight as well that don't have a whole lot of seasoning in the injuries, but they have a lot of injuries to boot. And they're kind of in the conversation with the 49ers are on the opposite side of the ball. The Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers have a lot of injuries. We're talking about, there's a lot of red in their ledger, in their depth chart. Because they lost Chris Brazil. He's on IR. I'm not sure if he's coming back or not. I can't remember that season ending or not. I think it is.
It is season ending.
Yeah. So Chuba Hubbard is slated to be ready for week 1, but he's been banged up for the last 2 weeks. Xavier Leggett banged up, and both their tackles, Ike Ekwonu and Taylor Moton, are both out right now. They're not practicing. So that, if nothing else, that hurts your reps. It hurts your chemistry with your offense, because both your tackles aren't playing right now. So yes, you drafted Monroe Freeland and all that conversation, but again, is Monroe going to be the starter if those 2 guys come back? So again, what are we exactly going to have come week 1? Is it going to be a slow burn for their offense in Canales and Bryce Young's with their 3rd year together? So that's a conversation. And then on the defense side of the ball, Jalen Phillips is hurt, Tershawn Walton is hurt, Derek Brown is hurt, I think one more is on this list.
Out for a year.
Nick Stroud, they lost Nick Stroud for the year. So yeah, the Panthers are banged up, and they really had a nice roster going into the preseason. And they're dropping like flies over there. I hate to say it, but hopefully it gets better and it gets a lot of these guys back. But but outside of Stroud in Brazil, who done for the year, but yeah, it's rough over there. They just don't have anybody on the field practicing from a starter perspective. So the back was getting a lot of reps. Yeah,
well, and like Jalen Phillips, as I talked about, they gave him a pretty big bag, and he's always had injury concerns, and he's already dealing with it. So, I think what is this, his 6th year? I think he's played like 3 full seasons. So
that's 50% of the field. Yeah.
That's rough.
I would agree. So yeah, I had high hopes for the Panthers, but it's going to be predicated on injuries, like RG said about the Lions in the Commanders as well. If they're not healthy up front, if Patrick Mahomes knows this. If your tackles ain't healthy, boy, he's I would argue that Bryce Young. I'm not sure if he's as fleet of foot in his escapability as Patrick Mahomes is prior to ACL. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm crossing my fingers that they'll be all right. But it's looking rough in Carolina for sure. Okay. All right. So anybody else got any injury guys they want to or teams you want to raise before we move on to the last segment?
I think I'll just mention it very quickly. I think the Raiders definitely had a massive scare with Genty there for a minute.
Yeah, they did.
The fact that it just came back. Yeah, the fact that it just came back as an ankle sprain and they're saying it's lower more than higher is quite literally the best case scenario for Raiders fans. So I was getting ready when we had talked about, topics. I was getting ready to throw Genty on there and saying, yep, it's brutal. Your rookie quarterback. It's not going to have a run game, this and that. But, he's still potentially slated to start week 1. So,
that's good.
Definitely just wanted to highlight that. It's definitely something to keep an eye on. Obviously, if he's ready week 1, we're pretty good. But, that Genty injury might be something to monitor as the season goes on. Ankle sprains in particular are definitely harsh mistresses.
Yeah. Well, and if they rush them back, it just lingers.
Yeah. Well, and they shouldn't, because I think DK and I talked about this backstage, is that guy Mike Washington they drafted was one of my sleepers.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. So they're gonna be okay if he needs to play, sit a week or two. So I think they're gonna be fine. Running
He's
game.
What we call in the business a unit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I think they're gonna be all right running game wise. They don't have to rush Jesse back because Mike Washington can handle it while he's down. Okay. What's I gonna say? That was one thing that I wanted to bring up. Damn, who was it? Jamar Chase. Scared Jamar Chase today. Yeah, DJ just said it. Yeah, so Jamar Chase. That was a hold your breath moment. Good thing he's not hurt. Yeah.
They had one earlier too with Shamar Stewart too. I mean. First or second practice, I was like, damn, he blew his leg out, and it was like,
luckily he didn't.
Hyperextended knee. So
that they definitely crossed their fingers on that one. Woo, they got lucky twice.
That video for Jamar Chase, by the way, looked brutal. I thought I didn't want to say anything obviously when it first came out, but as soon as I watched that video, I was like, oh, he's done. Like it just looked awful. So the fact that it's only a hyperextension, like Bengals fans and fantasy managers everywhere are feeling good right now.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Thanks. I did want to say, Jaden Higgins, I you feel for the kid in that situation because this was finally supposed to be kind of the, they moved on from everyone else, and this is going to be his year to sort of be the 1B with Nico, and he didn't get to that point. And then, I think with Atlanta too, it's going to be interesting to watch. Like Jalen Walker's already out for the year. They got what Pierce has the 8-game suspension. So I mean, they're dealing with edge rushing problems, at least for half the season. I mean, that's an alarming thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, but luckily the Texans drafted so damn well, just practically everywhere that they got a lot of depth. It's Nico Collins is the number one guy. They got Jalen Noel still. They got Tank Bell back. It's traded for Booty. You stole it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The same thing. You good? No, you good. Zay Jones.
How dare you steal some booty from Coach?
Yeah. What? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh man,
it was a softball right there for you.
Yeah, indeed. So we'll monitor that situation as well. But I definitely believe y'all are right on the nose when it comes down to these injuries because it's brutal, and I still think they need to cut down the preseason to 2 games. Again, what are we doing? I mean, the first week was pretty cool. The second week was terrible. I don't know what the third week's gonna look like, but I've seen enough. I think 2 games is far more than enough preseason action, especially with inter squad scrimmages. When you got joint practices. You don't need all those preseason games.
Pick one.
Yeah. And nobody's playing soccer anymore.
They should have just 2 preseason games is for the people trying to make the team. And it's in game. I mean, like you don't need to see your ones out there unless even with rookies, it's like we spent a first round pick on this guy. What we're gonna do, not play him, like unless he's just total ass, and you can find that out in practice just as easy in a preseason game.
Exactly. So you don't need to bring it to go against another person to find out whether they can play. Yeah, I agree.
I did want to bring it full circle, though. Again, just make all the fields grass, and you probably won't have half this problem.
That
So,
part.
I mean,
That
we watched
part.
the FIFA World Cup, man. They made all those NFL stadiums grass fields. There wasn't many injuries other than the players trying to get a card.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
So
That is it. Okay. Alrighty. So last topic of the day, let's talk about who survives. Progression versus regression. Rise and fall of certain teams that have high aspirations for the upcoming season. Let me say it that way. So I'm gonna go around the room again and give you guys a team. You tell me whether or not it's gonna be a progression year or a regression year and why. So let's start with DK. Where is my list here? Where's my list here? Alrighty. So we got let me see who I want to let DK talk about. Okay. I'm gonna say that for AG. I know he don't want to talk about them. So let's talk Chicago Bears.
Ooh,
Chicago Bears. Yes, let's talk Chicago Bears. So what do you think the Chicago Bears are going to look like in 2026? And it's going to be a progression year or a regression year for Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson in their second year together?
Regression.
Ooh.
What did I tell y'all? I don't have the Bears making the playoffs. So it's not gonna happen this year. They already with their safety. Is it their safety that got hurt? Kobe Bryant?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they got the rookie now. They drafted a rookie. They drafted Tillman, right? So yeah, they got the rookie, but yeah, the guy they brought in free agency is hurt. Yeah.
Your boy Burden still hurt. Who else is hurt? They got some injuries.
Stevenson's hurt.
Yeah, Stevenson.
Tyler Gordon out right now.
Yeah. They got a lot of injuries on that team. And like I said before, they was skating by last season with those one-score games. So it has to stop at some point. I mean, Caleb looked good last year. I will say that, but hey, we're gonna see.
He's on the cover of Madden now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a curse. Yeah, is that a gift or a curse?
Exactly. They already counted them for that picture that came out today with their new uniforms on.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you ain't see it, well, just go check it out.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. All right, then, okay.
It's gonna be a tough season for them, and I think their schedule is not it's kind of hard too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's the first place ever. Didn't they win a division last year?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, start with the Panthers, then Vikings, Eagles. It's a mix. They got Panthers, Vikings, Eagles, Jets, Packers first 5 weeks.
That's a mixed bag. That's a mixed bag.
Yeah,
that's a mixed bag. Their pass rush is going to be a concern for me. I don't know why they didn't draft an edge rusher in the draft. They had plenty of opportunities too, and they didn't draft it at all. I don't get it. They should have drafted the edge rusher, but that's just me. That's just me.
I'm going with the Bears.
Bears, no playoffs. All right, okay.
No playoffs. Clip it.
All right. All right, RG. So tell me about the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, based on what we talked about earlier, and their OC and their line, and all the good jazz of Jared Goff. So, are they a progression or regression team for you in 2026?
Man, I don't think Lions fans are gonna like me saying this, but I think they're a regression team this year. They were 9-8 last year. They were last in the division. I think they finished last in the division again, and I don't think it's close to a 9-8 record.
Okay.
Frank Castle shots going, dude.
Yeah. Oh, the Lions playoffs and neither do the Bears. So damn. So who makes it out of the division? The Packers?
Kyler,
get out of here. No, that's the Packers.
Packers win a division. Okay, going to RG. All right, then. Hot takes broken already. I didn't think it was going to be this good, but all right, I'm good with it, though. All right, AG. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills with their new head coach there, Joe Brady, and he's going to be the play caller still, and he's got more responsibilities, obviously, with the team. So is this going to be a progression year or a regression year for the Buffalo Bills?
I'm going to say regression, but regression in the sense that they're not going to get any closer to the ultimate goal they have. I still think it's too good of a roster for them to just totally implode. But I don't think they're going to do any better than they've been doing with McDermott, and they're going to be in the same situation with the same problems.
Okay. So slight regression, but they still win the division?
They went. I think they do win the division this year because the Patriots kind of snuck up on everyone, But
okay.
I mean, they were 12-5. I think they similar record, maybe lose one more game, but I think they're going to have the same problems in the playoffs.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. All right, DK. So let's talk about your division rival, the Seattle Seahawks. What do you think with their new OC and their Super Bowl run, trying to defend their title? Do you think it's a progression or regression year for the Seattle Seahawks?
I mean, they not winning back-to-back Super Bowls, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a regression.
That's like an unfair question.
And they were on Hard Knocks, so
Yeah. So I mean, that's a safe answer, though. That's a safe answer.
Yeah. Like we mentioned earlier, I'm interested to see what the offense look like. I'm not worried about their defense. Their defense they gonna do what they do. They're gonna be out there hitting, striking. They're gonna be locking people up. So that's just what Mike McDonald does. But that offense is where I just want to see how it goes. They got a new running back too, because Charbonnet is still injured, isn't he?
yeah.
So
They got Price,
Darian Price. Yep.
starting out the year. So
first round pick.
rookie running back out there. Can he protect, help his quarterback out too? So it's gonna be interesting to see. So I'm gonna say a regression for Seattle.
But are they a
spin
playoff
rate?
team?
They still making the playoffs though. Yeah, I got three teams out of NFC West making the playoffs. So
Okay.
But the spin rate on Darnold's ball, man, it's unbeatable.
yeah, I've been watching
Yeah,
Hard Knocks. That thing was
It was like a 5-minute segment on that. I was like, what are we
The
doing?
ball was just spinning in the air. I was like, come on, man.
Nobody throws it with more spin than Darnold. I was like, okay.
Okay. We just glazed in Seattle Seahawks.
Darnold throws a slant route 120 miles per hour. It's the fastest ball in the league.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on, dude.
Hey, RPM now on fucking spirals? Like, come on.
It's golf. We're not talking about spin.
It was.
Yeah, it has been a good show though. I do agree with that.
Even though I don't like them, I still watch, Hard Knocks. Can't be.
All right, man. Football is football, especially when you get peek inside the locker room. So yeah, I like that.
That's what I like.
Yep. All right, RG. So your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Is this a progression year or regression year for Tyler Shuck and Kellen Moore?
I'm actually gonna say progression.
Oh, okay.
I think I think now there is a caveat to that.
A little asterisk to it.
little asterisk to it. Shuck needs to not suck. And as long as that's the case,
that's a bar.
I think that it's progression.
Yeah, hold on, that rhyme, dude. Put that on a shirt.
Right.
Shuck, don't suck.
As long as, you can make it a chant. Shuck, don't suck. Shuck, don't suck. That's all he needs to do. And I feel like if he doesn't suck, they got some good weapons on the offense. I feel like he who should not be named, the defense can be okay,
serviceable.
Yes. But I truly do think that they can take some steps forward this year and truly make some progress to what feels like, and it really hasn't been that long, but it feels like a decades-long rebuild. But
wow, right.
But how long
has he been gone? How long? It's been what 6-7 years now at least?
Yes. Something like that. I'm not quite sure, but it's something.
Was he gone 2 years and then went to Denver?
Yeah.
1 or 2?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So
again, feels like an eternity, but it hasn't been that long. But I do think that the Saints will show some promise, and I'll say oh my God, I just tripped over my 2 words. They are risers.
You were flowing with the bars too much, dude. You couldn't keep up. Although I will say earlier in the show we were talking about crappy QB rooms, we might have been forgetting about New Orleans because now I'm looking at it. Let's get the comments going a little bit, but I mean we got Sucky Shuck, Rattler, and Zach Wilson. So that's a pretty crappy room, if you ask me, dude.
They got the MILF Hunter?
Yep. Sam Nolan's now, dude. Bachelorette paradise, baby.
Damn.
The MILF
Hunter. That's hilarious.
He's on his next stop down south in the bayou.
Okay.
Looking for the Cajun.
Like, Mr. Wilson, you dip it in the chocolate?
Hey, he don't listen. As long as it's a MILF, it doesn't matter, huh? As long as you got a kid. As long as you got a
Just
kid.
saying, I mean,
He needs to be far away from Washington.
Yeah, well, for sure. Well, Stephon Diggs going to take care of that, so we're good. He's good.
That sounds terrible, man.
Oh, man. Memes have been hilarious. I just want to point that out. They've been hilarious. All right, AG. So let's talk about the Denver Broncos. So is it a progression or regression year for the Denver Broncos?
Man, I think I already answered this in the previous segment. Again, not just being an AFC West rival hater, but they are regressing.
Yes.
I mean, it's what were they? 14-3, and I don't know what the number is.
11 or 12.
12 of those were one-score games. Like, I mean, hell, they dumped on the Chiefs all last year for like, well, we should have seen this coming. They only, one-score games. Like we're going to see that narrative with Denver this year. I mean, are they going to lose as many as Kansas City? I don't know about that because their defense is pretty dang good. But I mean, there's going to be more issues with the offense that aren't going to be masked by some fluke or luck from the defensive side of the ball at the end of the game to close it out. So they're regressing.
Okay. Indeed. All right, I got two more, DK and RG. Tell me about the New England Patriots, RG. Do you think they are a regression or progression team in 2026?
They are a regression team for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think similar to the Seahawks, although the Seahawks is the pinnacle of it because they won the Super Bowl, but Patriots, being the runner-up for last year, it's kind of, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, so by that logic, I feel like it will be a fall. To Alex's point, I think that they are going to probably not win the division. I think the Bills regain that division crown for another year. And they are not going to have the easiest schedule this side of 2000. So I do think that there are going to be some bumps in the road. They were not a team this offseason that escaped controversy, without a doubt. we all know what happened.
Out of the way early.
Yeah, they just took care of it. They were the first ones up to get their controversy out of the way. So we'll see how that lingers potentially throughout the season. But yeah, I think that they still are absolute competition to make the playoffs, no doubt about that. But I don't think they'll be anywhere near the division winners. And I think they kind of have a bit of a coming down to earth moment from last season. What was a magical ride with your second-year QB, first-year head coach. And I think they have a little bit more of a realistic season this year.
Okay, fair enough. All right, last team on the docket at DK is the Jaguars. What do you think the Jaguars are going to look like in 2026? Are they a progression or regression team with Leon Cohen and Trevor Lawrence?
That's a good one. Can I say? Yeah, I guess I don't think they want to regress, but I mean,
what info you need?
What was their record last year?
13-4.
Oh, they was 13 wins. Ooh,
And didn't they win a division?
They won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I want to see them winning 13 games though, but I see them making the playoffs. I guess I'll go with regression. I don't see them winning 13 games this year.
Okay.
I do like that. I do like their offense though. Like I said, Parker Washington, Brian Thomas,
Parker Washington, Bashal Tootin.
Thomas, yeah.
Bashal Tootin got one of the best names in the whole NFL. I just like saying it.
Tootin' the rock.
Scootin' Tootin.
Trevor Lawrence looked good under Liam Cohen last year. So
he did.
I'm not mad at them. I'm not gonna say I can't give them 13 wins, so I'm gonna just go with the regression for them. But
a slight regression.
Jaguars, like a slight regression. But I still think the Jaguars will make the playoffs.
Wild card division.
I'm gonna go with the wild card because they're in the division with the
Texans, right?
Yeah. I don't trust the Colts because of Daniel Jones.
Me
But
neither.
I'm gonna go with the Texans winning that division. But I'm gonna go with the Jags in the wild card for sure.
Okay. What you got, AG? Side note.
Side note, did you guys see those unis they revealed for the Jags with like the cheetah print pants, dude?
Yeah.
Like straight out
3 different colors,
dude.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Like the blue helmets, the white helmets, the white shirts, and the black pants with the
print.
The
Jaguar print. I was like, yeah, this ain't it. Who are they paying to make these?
Right. Their color scheme is weird already. So why mess with it that much? I don't get that. You're just reaching at this point. You just read.
Fair warning, DZ. My fantasy football name in one of my leagues is Tootin' and Boot It.
Oh my god.
These are gross. I'm looking at them again, like.
Oh God. Man, that is funny. Yeah, it's Scootin' Tootin'. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right, good stuff. So to round it out, the Chicago Bears are going to be a regression team, not making the playoffs. The Lions are going to be a regression team. The Saints are going to be a progression team. They might be the only team on this list that's progressing. Broncos are going to be a regression team. Seattle Seahawks are going to be a regression team, slight regression. Bills, slight regression. Patriots, regression. You didn't make it clear though whether or not they're going to make the playoffs or not. Are they a wild card team?
Oh, the Patriots?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like they're a wild card team. I don't want to say like for sure, but I feel like they'll be right there in contention for a wild card spot.
Okay. All right, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are a slight regression team according to DK. Okay. All right, there you have it. Okay. Good stuff. All right, gentlemen. So any other thoughts or concerns or comments you want to leave on this particular topic before we wrap this up?
I feel like there was a lot of falls because a lot of the teams you gave us were like playoff teams.
That was the point. Are they going to go forward with their playoff team, aspirations and make it further, or are they going to, take a step back?
I guess in the Lions case, I have them taking even more step back. I don't know how you can take a further step back than finishing last in the division, but
it was kind of crazy though because the whole division was like 9-8 outside of the Bears. So like. It wasn't like terrible, It's not like they were 2-win team in the cellar, but still.
Yeah. And another division, they would have been the division winner in the South.
Yeah.
Not a total loss. It is what it is. Okay. Alrighty. So all right. So that's going to wrap up our progression segment. So real quick, once more, and again, we're going to be doing a giveaway for our new line of shirts and merch that we got coming for the Lockdown Diva Sports Network. This is the logo, and this is the print for the front of the shirt. It's a black shirt with this logo on it. The gentlemen that you see here before you, the insiders, all have their shirts on. We'll get this going so you can see it more clearly what they're wearing. So yes, everybody got their shirt on. So yes, they're doing big things. So we're doing a giveaway for that particular item, ladies and gentlemen. So if you would like to get in on this giveaway, and you can enter on Gleam.io. The link for that particular giveaway will be in the description of this video. We will post it again in the chat as we let me see here. I got it here. Yep. Post it again in the chat for people that's watching live, or if you go and watch this on replay. So check that out. Fill that form out. You have 2 weeks to get into the giveaway. We'll be announcing the winner on our first live show of the regular season in 2 weeks' time. So you got time to get that going. If you follow us on social media, you will get all the details as well. The QR code is on the screen as well if you want to scan it real quick to get that going and get yourself into the giveaway. And we'll get that thing rolling. And whoever the winner is will get a free T-shirt. And for our Patreon subscribers, you will get a free shirt if you're a paid member. So that's already going to be taken care of. So if you are a paid member for Patreon now or will be in the next 2 weeks, you can get yourself a shirt. And our Patreon links are here. We can get you going on that. That's our link for our Patreon page. So if you want to go over to our exclusive page where you get exclusive NFL content not shown on YouTube, you can get in on that action, in particular in that right now. So if you are paid members, between now and 2 weeks from now, you will be automatically getting a free T-shirt mailed to you out there, right there, live and direct for you. So you will get a T-shirt as well. So that's an incentive to be a Patreon member today, because when we get to next week in the regular season going on, there will be a lot of content dropping on Patreon. So get ready for that. It will be live and be direct and will be exclusive and not always available on YouTube. So just to keep that up, keep that point out there. So yes, that is going to be our Patreon page. But as always, we have our shameless plug for the Lockdown Diva Sports Network. So as always, man, if you look for the Lockdown Diva Sports Network in each space inside, we're on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button to support our podcast movement. Follow us on social media to follow for all things NFL All 32. We can be found on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch for live shows, and Gmail and Facebook. So please get at us for all things pro football. But in the meantime, in between time, the squad is here. We are live and direct, and this is our last preseason show before we get going in the regular season. We'll be live again on the Tuesday before the regular season starts, so be on the lookout for that, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Lockdown Diva Sports Network. But that is going to wrap it up for us. Let me take this QR code down so you can actually see. But yes, so that's going to do it for us. Like I said, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Be on the lookout for the rest of our content. Insiders will be doing their regular content spaces, and we'll be getting our content out for the next 2 weeks, getting you geared up for the preseason wrap up and getting ready for the regular season, doing 53-man breakdowns. LDSN news is going to be flowing each week, so that's going to be a good thing. So check that out if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes. Really good, really booming on the channel, so we love that. But that's the wrap for us. Gentlemen, you got any final words y'all want to share for the fans out there before we get out of here?
Football season, gentlemen. It is upon us.
It's here.
It's here.
It's almost
time.
It's
I
about that
appreciate
time.
everyone joining us tonight. Looking forward to talking more ball as we get into this thing.
Absolutely. All right.
My guy Al, Ravens fan. He locked in with us.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to Al, man. Shout out to Al. Appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you for joining us. For sure, man. And we'll be lock and loaded every week when the regular season starts. So be on the lookout for that. So mark your calendars for that. So we're gonna be getting things rolling for that space. So yeah. So that's gonna do it for us. For the real AG Alex Givens, for young RG Robert Garcia, and for Air Rocher DK5, I'm your host, Coach Defense. And as always, you gotta do one thing and one thing well. What do you gotta do, RG?
Yeah, step up to lock it down.
And there it is. Peace.